Hi, I'm Chef Cindy from T-Rex and the Rabbit Foods, and this is another episode of Use What You Got. And today we are making enchilada soup. Now, I love soup. I find it very comforting, it's warm, it's delicious, and enchilada soup is one of my favorites. I make it all the time. I've actually probably made this hundreds of times. It is very easy. All it requires is a blender and a lot of vegetables. And frankly, the vegetables don't have to be perfect. If you have a couple of wrinkly tomatoes or, skin on carrots that are, don't look too great, it doesn't matter. They're all going into the soup, they're going to be blended, and it'll be delicious. So in my blender, I have 2 cups of water, 2 garlic cloves. They're whole. We'll just cut off this nasty little bit, throw that in there. 1 large carrot. I don't have 1 large carrot, I have 2 small ones, so that's what I'm going to use. I am going to cut off these ends because they don't look that good. And so the blender doesn't have to do a lot of work. We'll just kind of cut these in smaller pieces. Throw those in there. Half an onion. Chunk that up. Seriously, this is so easy. I have 1 stalk of celery. Cut off the icky ends. Alright. And you need like half of a red bell pepper. I don't have that, but I have these small sweet peppers. Cut off the ends. They don't have a lot of seeds, so I'm just going to throw these in. Now, if you were using a bell pepper, you would take out all of those seeds. But this is fine. Now, I have here about 2 tomatoes shy of 8 ounces. These are grape tomatoes. It's fine. I don't need those extra 2 tomatoes. You could also use 2 larger whole tomatoes or Roma tomatoes. Those would work. Whatever you got on hand. Throw that in there. And an avocado. Now, the avocado makes it thick. And this is not a great looking avocado. So we are going to scrape out some of the brown bits here. And use the stuff that looks a little greener. There we go. You never know with an avocado, it's always a crapshoot. Okay, get that in there. This other stuff, compost. Let me wash my hands, yuck. There we go. And I have a lime. So you can roll the lime, cut it in half, and to help you get out the juice, take a fork and just turn the lime around the fork. If you don't have lime, you can use lemon juice. You could probably also use orange juice, that might be good. If you get a little bit of lime pulp in there, that's fine. Okay. Try not to get juice in your eye, like somebody I know just did. There we go. And in here I have 1½ teaspoons of salt, a teaspoon of cumin, and I have ½ teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You could put a lot more in. You could also use jalapeno or jarred jalapeno, whatever hot pepper you have, or you can leave it out. Okay, so then we put the lid on the blender. Let's see. All right, start out low and cover your ears. I'm not saying that's the most annoying sound in the world, but it's close. Okay, so we have here this thick, delicious orange soup. Okay. We're going to turn it on. And heat that through. Once that is heated through, we'll serve it. Now, the thing that's cool about the soup is at its base, it's vegan. You know, we haven't added, it's only vegetables, water, and a couple of spices. But you can always add stuff to it. You could top it with shredded chicken or shredded pork. If you have a rotisserie chicken, that'll work. Black beans would be good, pinto beans, guacamole. One thing I like basically is just sour cream. And what I like to do is I add a little bit of milk to the sour cream to thin it out. Because if you use sour cream and you just plop it on top, it sinks to the bottom, and then you just have this weird little clot in the bottom of your bowl that's not very appetizing. Now, if you don't have a blender, one thing that you can do is you can cut all of these vegetables into small pieces and mix it with the water, heat it up on medium heat for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then use an immersion blender so you have a smoother soup. And if you don't have an immersion blender, you can leave the vegetables whole or use a potato masher. Okay, we are already boiling here, and it is time to serve this soup. Okay, so nice big bowl of soup. Drizzle the sour cream on top. Like Jackson Pollock. There we go. And then what I like to do is crush up some tortilla chips. There we go. And you can always add cheese if you want. I prefer it without. And that's it. That's enchilada soup. And we used what we had. Thank you for joining me. Oh my God. Seriously, this is good.